The dating scene is messy currently, and I'm going to take a bold statement and say that women in general destroyed it. I hear a lot of women on these platforms saying that, oh, the dating scene has piss in it. Well, who do you think pissed in it, ladies? All right. Today, I am going to show you that women are the ones that destroyed the dating scene largely. Men did it too, but women are the ones who just smashed it and killed it. Now, let's get into the real gist of the story. Okay, let me start out by saying this that yes, men are the ones that build the culture, they build the society physically, they build the infrastructure and those things like that for society to run smoothly, right? The roads that we drive on, men built that. The entire infrastructure of any city or any country, men did that physically by and large. Now, what was the role of the woman, or what is the role of women? The role of women in any society is to teach. Women take the culture and pass it down in the form of teaching to the children and society. And that is how society begins to shape itself based off of what women in mass are teaching, what women are carrying out, what women are doing as a collective. So women are the ones, yes, men physically built everything that we have and everything that we use, but the women are the ones that are teaching the culture to the children, and the children go out in society, and women also go out in society and act out what the women are teaching, and that's how society is shaped. So what has this got to do with dating? Well, let's go back a little bit though. Let's go back a little bit to ancient times, how men did their role as masculine men and how women did their role as traditional women. Now, what do we see now? How did women change from being traditional to modern? I'll just summarize everything because this is something that everyone should know, right? But let's check this out. Back in the day, women used to be courted. And courtship, you know, didn't involve all these fancy dates and sleeping around, you know. It was just a nice, clean, the man getting to know the woman. Maybe the parents, most likely the parents were involved so that they can do their background check on the man, and the man's parents could do a background check on the woman in terms of her character and his character. So that's how that's the court, and then the courting means the man get and the woman get to know each other without all the sex being the thing coming in to mess it all up and cloud people's judgments of each other's character. But now you can see that men don't even court women anymore. There's a reason why. Because nowadays, you know, we have a lot of movements that benefit women that have made men to decide, oh, let me just take a step back. Or have made men say, we'll do pump and dump, we'll do this, you know, just use and dump, or whatever the case may be. What kind of movements are those that benefit women? Well, the movement of, you know, first of all, women wanted liberation from men. So that happened. And now they're calling it decentering men. Another thing is women wanted equal rights as men. They didn't want equal job, you know, the equal laborers jobs. They wanted equal rights. So I want the benefits that the men get, but I don't want to do what the men do. Those hard, laborious jobs, women don't want those jobs, but they wanted the benefits, what men benefit, you know, the nice rewards that men get. Women wanted those. So women fought for that. I want to be equal with a man, but I don't want his responsibility. But I do want his benefits and his good outcomes, but I don't want to do the things. You see, that's another thing that has destroyed the dating scene. And now, you know, we've come to the point where women no longer even want equal rights. They want to be over men. They want almost like this supremacy over men. Because didn't they say the future is female? Women want now to be over men. They want to control men. They want to take over and be the leaders, and the men be the ones to submit to the women. And then women, you wonder why the dating scene has piss in it. You're the ones. Remember, women are the ones that shape society. Women are the teachers of culture, and culture is being passed down from the women to the children and into the society. So in the end, society follows what women do. And so do men. Women wanted liberation, they got that. They wanted decentering men, they got that, right? Women wanted equal rights with men without the responsibilities, the hard, responsibilities that men have to do in order to get those rights. Women didn't want that, but they just wanted the equal rights, right? Now women want supremacy over men, right? And they say anything a man can do, a woman can do better. Isn't that the truth? Ladies, correct me if I'm wrong. Another movement that killed the dating scene. Women saying, my body, my choice. This Me Too movement. And the latest one is believe all women. Whether the women are telling the truth or they're not telling the truth, believe them anyway. Right? And this whole sexual harassment thing. It's very broad, but sexual, not just in the workplace, but anywhere, this whole sexual harassment thing. So much so that men can't even look at a woman anymore. Oh my God, oh my God. Oh, he's looking at me. He's abusive. He's this. Yeah, women. The dating scene has piss in it because of us women. Well, not me, because first of all, I'm married. And I didn't play into those silly games of, this thing they say, having a whole phase or whatever. I did not play into that. I did my dating according to traditional rules, old school traditional rules, and I got me my man. Okay. And I've been riding my marriage for 17 solid years by the grace of God. So I'm not even talking about myself. I'm talking about what I see and what I know. If women decide today, that they were going to change their ways and start demanding things from men, things in terms of long-term commitment, women, close your legs. Do not open up your legs unless you are in a committed relationship. So all these one night stands, women created that because they wanted it. If women closed their legs, there wouldn't be a one night stand. To this degree is what I'm talking about. There's always exceptions. We're not talking about that. We're talking about what's affecting the general public. That's what we're talking about. See, let me just give you a little backstory. I went to high school in Nigeria because I am Nigerian. That's where I'm from. I went to high school in Nigeria, and one of the classes that I took in high school was called Why. The name of the class is called Why. It's called Why. It's WAI, War Against Indiscipline. So part of the teaching in that class was one time the teacher came and she was talking about how to be a feminine woman. Because I grew up in Nigeria during the time that old school was what was the main thing. We practiced old school. The men were traditional and the women were traditional for the most part. So she was saying something, the teacher was saying something like, women, now that you are single, cross your legs. And then when you get married, uncross your legs. Now, mind you, I can't remember how old I was. I know I was a teenager. The heck if I knew what she was talking about. I didn't know what she meant. I honestly believed at that time that she meant she was trying to teach us how to sit down properly as women. That's what I thought she was talking about. It's so I feel so ashamed saying this. Saying this, it was years later when I grew up, became an adult, that I was reflecting on what she said, and that's when I'm like, oh, she wasn't teaching us how to sit properly like women, like ladies. She was saying, don't engage in premarital bedroom activities until you are married. I was like, oh, duh. How come that didn't come into mind? I'm just giving you an idea of the type of society I grew up in. Because halfway I grew up in Nigeria and then I came here and been living my adult life. What I'm trying to say is women are the ones, if majority of women revolt today and say, nope, we're going to demand commitment from the men for marriage, for long-term relationships, then we can uncross our legs. You will notice gradually that the dating scene will begin to change. When I was a little girl growing up in Nigeria, dating was not a word that we used. Courting was the word because we were old school back then. So we used those old school terms. It was later on as I grew up in America, I was like hearing this thing, dating, and what it was. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. So we're not courting anymore, right? We're now dating. That's what we're doing. And women have now, modern women have the nerve to demand courtship from men. No, modern women, you do not, you cannot demand courtship. First of all, you don't even know what courtship is, and you don't know what courtship entails and what it looks like. So you cannot demand courtship from a man if you are a modern woman. You are a woman with that modern mindset. Only women who have that traditional mindset can demand courtship because they're the ones that know what courtship entails and what courtship looks like. You won't get courtship as a modern woman. Majority of you modern women will not get courtship because you don't have that traditional mindset. That's the reason why. If you believe as a modern woman you deserve courtship from a man, you're going to have to change your mindset in order for your behavior to change. Because if your mindset and your behavior do not change, you will forever be rolling around in this dating scene that has piss in it, and you're going to smell like piss. It is what it is. You get treated as a woman how what you allow in your life. That's how you get treated. If you want better outcomes in the dating scene, you're going to have to change your standards and you're going to have to change your demands. You're going to have to demand something of yourself first before you can make demands to a man out there. If you don't demand higher standards for yourself, then you cannot demand higher standards from that man. You're not going to get it and he won't give it to you. Even if he could give it to you, he will not give it to you. He will only look at you as a fun thing. And when he's done having his fun with you, he's going to ghost you, dump you, and move right along to a more traditional mindset woman. And he's going to give her what she demands from him. And then you're going to sit here and wonder why it's happening to you like this. It's because you never in yourself demanded something higher. That's the reason why. So the dating scene is the way it is, not because of men primarily, but because of women primarily. Women decided that they're going to sexually liberate themselves. And this is where we are today. Amazing. Women have so much power that they don't even know what to do with that power. Your power, ladies, is in creating society, shaping society. Well, you done use the wrong morals or the lack of morals to shape society. That's why society is the way it is in America right now. And that's the reason why the dating scene stinks. It can only turn around when women are ready and willing to turn it around. All right, ladies, I know that after listening to this video, you're going to have a lot of comments, good or bad, really doesn't matter. Let's discuss. Let's discuss this thing in the comment section. If you want to have a better outcome in the dating scene and you want a long-term relationship, you want commitment from men, you're going to have to change these things yourself. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.